Fellow Virginians, one of the principal reasons I agreed to run for governor again this year was my earnest desire to see a public discussion of the many issues facing the people of Virginia. My subject at this broadcast is taxes. Plainly and simply, I want to say that I'm opposed to any kind of tax increase. Briefly, let me list some of the reasons I have taken this stand. First, the present federal, state, and local tax burden is already unbearable. Indeed, it has stifled initiative, foreclosed the possibility of savings, and dried up the risk capital on which the economy depends for expansion and growth. Second, by reason of the accelerated tax payment deadline, our Virginia taxpayers last year were required to pay 2 years' taxes within an 8-month period. Third, the Social Security taxes and federal taxes on gasoline, oil, tires, and so forth were increased in 1956. Fourth, the Virginia revenues from present taxes are running far ahead of earlier estimates. And fiscal experts tell us that tax collections under the accelerated program and increased tax revenues from higher corporate and individual earnings will probably yield some $35 million more than the current state budget had estimated. I favor placing a considerable part of this surplus in the literary fund for needed school construction, and the balance to be used for other needed capital outlays, and for salary raises for our public school teachers, mental hospital workers, and for other needed wage adjustments. According to every economic yardstick, the tax base is expected to continue to expand in the future. Therefore, at the present level of taxation, the total tax revenues will increase. Indeed, if the prospects materialize, I hope it may be possible for the localities to modify or to replace the inequitable tax on personal property. In the fifth place, the need for tax revenue can be substantially reduced by a complete reorganization of the executive branch of our state government, looking toward simplification, economy, and efficiency. Outdated government must be modernized. Virginia is lagging far behind her sister states on the highway to progress. To achieve that modernization, and in order to rid ourselves of the duplication and overlapping which is costing us money, I shall, if elected your governor, propose the establishment of a bipartisan Virginia Reorganization Commission composed of 50 outstanding men and women representing every phase of the economic, civic, and governmental endeavor. This commission, which would be subdivided into individual task forces, will be charged with the duty of studying every agency, department, and institution of our state government. The purpose of this study, the facilities, books, and records of every such agency will be open to the inspection of the members of the commission. After it has completed its study, the commission will report to the governor for transmittal to the General Assembly recommendations for legislation designed to effectuate this needed reorganization. This commission in itself will have no power to legislate, and its function will be only advisory. I am convinced that such a study will uncover many opportunities for substantial savings of the taxpayers' money. One example, I am sure the commission will find that our method of distributing and allocating state funds for schools, roads, and so forth at the city and county levels are unfair, based on outmoded formula and steeped in political favoritism. Some areas get too much, others not too little. More equitable distribution based on equal treatment for all our citizens will help solve our money problem. 6, the imposition of additional taxes will frighten new industry away from Virginia. As our population continues to grow, we will become more and more dependent upon new industry for new jobs. New industry locates in the capital of our state, then its capital assets and its corporate earnings are added to the tax roll. Moreover, the wages it pays out will not only provide a livelihood for more of our citizens, but in itself is a new source of tax revenue. I prefer to see tax revenues increased by reason of economic growth inspired by modest tax rates rather than to see the imposition of additional taxes. In view of Virginia's abundant resources and her climate and her large supply of skilled labor, we have fallen behind our sister states in our rate of industrial growth. As your governor, it will be my purpose to launch an intensive and concerted drive to attract new industry. Such an effort would be frustrating if our tax burdens should be increased. I conclude as I began. I oppose any additional taxes under the conviction that a reorganization of our government and expanded industrial development will give Virginia better government without increasing the tax burden of our citizens.